President Donald Trump will host a rally in Texas tomorrow, just 2 days before early voting gets underway in the Lone Star State. Stephanie Haynes joins us live from Texas with a preview of that. Good morning, Stephanie.
Hey, good morning, Mitch. Yeah, that rally is down in Robstown. That is way down on the Gulf Coast, south of Corpus Christi, and not too far from the U.S.-Mexico border. So you can bet the former president is going to talk about immigration. He's going to talk about the economy. He's going to talk about anything that is going to drum up support for his base and drum up energy for GOP races across the state of Texas that former President Trump deems important. You know, even the president is not taking any votes for granted ahead of early voting in just a few days. Particularly the governor's race and some state races, as well as a couple of House seats that Republicans in South Texas are hoping to gain some traction from. Getting the former president's support can be a really crucial or coveted ticket for some candidates. In fact, President Trump said that he endorsed 33 candidates across the state of Texas, and all 33 of them have won elections this year. By the way, Trump won the state of Texas in 2016 and 2020, but a recent UT Austin poll shows that at least half of those surveyed don't have a favorable opinion of him. Also, something to note, the current governor, Greg Abbott, won't be at that rally tomorrow because he already has a previous fundraising event, but he's sending a couple of officials in his place, including the lieutenant governor. Polling shows Governor Abbott is ahead of Democratic challenger, as you see there, Beto O'Rourke, by a few points. We reached out to the O'Rourke campaign just for a comment or statement about the former president's visit to the state. We haven't heard back, but in terms of this rally here in Texas, you know, this is going to be exactly what we've seen with President Trump events. You know, it's going to draw thousands of people either from the area or some travel very far and wide, Mitch.
All right, that's Stephanie Haynes reporting live. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.